Hey, it's Niclas, Cable Multistan for Better Elf, and today is Valentine's Day. At least when I started writing the script, which is the perfect opportunity to drop my first rated album review for the best K-pop album of 2025, Blue Valentine by NMIXX. I wasn't active on this channel when the album released, hence I didn't make a reaction to anything about it, but obviously still checked it out given it was on my 2025 wishlist, as NMIXX has become one of my old groups with their incredible recent comebacks. And well, it dropped the best album of the year. And today I want to talk about and rate every single song. So before we do that, here's how my K-pop song and album rating scale looks like. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The bottom ratings are going to be very, very rare. I enjoy K-pop way too much for that. It's more for completion purposes. I do allow myself to go for some in-between ratings like 9.5 or 8.75 or 7.25 in case a song or album requires me to go a bit more detailed in the rating. Do know that this is obviously all fully subjective. These ratings are supposed to reflect my enjoyment and my opinion. So if you disagree with them, that's totally okay. And with all that being said, let's get through the album by the tracklist, and that means we're kicking things off with Blue Valentine itself. And I mean, this song is obviously special. It absolutely deserves all of its success and all of the accomplishment and achievements it was able to earn NMIXX. The start of the track alone is so entrancing. You always be my blue Valentine. The instrumental, the vocals, it sounds so gorgeous. And then we get into the slow motion like pre-chorus that really throws you off guard at first, but it feels so NMIXX. And then the chorus drops. Wow. If this love is over, does it feel better now? This is one of the greatest choruses in K-pop history. Like objectively. The melody, the way the instrumental kicks in, the vocals, the second part with the blue Valentine, it's genuinely magical. Then the different second pre-chorus, the satisfying chorus again, and then this absolutely gorgeous bridge. Short, simple, effective, and the way Soyeon and Lily then entered the final chorus. Damn. The show and outro is the cherry on top and rounds up such an impactful song. Like, you listen to it and it does something to you. And I feel like that's why it resonated with so many people. Music that makes you feel. Music that amazes you. It's something special. Here's the thing though. I really enjoy the song and it absolutely deserves all of its accolades. But I don't think I would consider it one of my favorite songs ever. One of my favorite songs of the year? Absolutely. But all time? Honestly, no. It's not even my favorite song on the album. Because of that, I can give the song a 10 out of 10 rating. I really want to reserve this for absolute personal favorites. And there's actually one on this tracklist. I wouldn't consider Blue Valentine one of them, which is reflected in the relatively low amount of streams I got on it, which is why my rating for it is a 9.75 out of 10. I really, really like it, and it's definitely one of the best songs of 2025, but not one of my absolute all-time favorites. Next up is SPINNIN on it, and this is such a signature NMIXX song. From the production, to the sound, the attitude, the delivery, especially in the second verse by Jiwoo and Kyujin, it's so much fun, and always a blast to listen to. And such an immediate switch up from the rather emotional title track. Like, you open so gracefully with Blue Valentine, and then you immediately take such a different route with the song. Which is such a good showcase of what NMIXX is all about. That final minute of the song though, damn. Like seriously, exactly the last 60 seconds from the stunning bridge with the switch up and heavenly piano keys to the build up and that final chorus drop, it's so satisfying and vocally so delicious. This song is absolutely incredible and especially insane in terms of production and easily my third favorite song of the album, earning it a really solid 9.5 out of 10 rating. Like this song with studio headphones? It's an experience. Next up is PHOENIX, and same case here, a very signature NMIXX song, fresh instrumental, crisp production, fierce attitude, the song construction in general. It's anything but boring and really catches you off guard. I definitely enjoy this one less than the two main tracks though, but this From the Ash part is pretty damn addicting, and the end is also very satisfying. For me, easily an 8 out of 10. Then we have Reality Hurts, and whew, this song is nasty and easily the most experimental song on the album. That very gritty synth, the moaning ad-libs, the opening alone goes completely crazy when then the tempo picks up for the chorus. Damn, it's exciting. A word that describes NMIXX really well. Like, this is just another song that makes impact. You listen to it once and there's immediately so many sections that will stick within your mind. It's a short song that really does a lot in that short runtime. Similarly to Phoenix, though, a song I would not listen to on its own, and while I do enjoy some sections, it isn't 100% my vibe all the way through. I still really appreciate trying out things, which is why this great B-side gets a 7.5 out of 10 rating. Then we have RICO, and ooh, this song is fire. Ever after their collab track Mesh with Pablo Vittar, I really wanted to see them do their own Latin pop song, and RICO is tasty. The repetitive RICO part is fun, the verses, especially the second one with the keys coming in the background, are delicious, and especially that na 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 energy, da 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 chemistry part is so damn memorable. The ending goes hard as well, and this is easily my third favorite B-side on the album. RICO is a short yet fierce track and overall absolutely incredible, and therefore for me a 9 out of 10. Then we have Game Face, which cools things down a little bit and goes into a more fresh, upbeat pop direction with a very fun and engaging instrumental. Vocally as usual, very delicious, and the chorus is pretty damn catchy. Definitely one of the less exciting B-sides, but I still really enjoy it, especially the bridge and especially that part in the chorus. Game Face is another amazing song and gets an 8 out of 10. Next up is Podium, which brings even more variety into the mix. It once again delivers a little bit of Aladdin and even reggaeton, and while the song takes a bit to catch me, once Solian comes in, it's like... Like, that part sends waves through my body. It's another somewhat experimental and unique track, and while not every section of it lands for me, the main part, the bridge, and especially the finale are insane, and earns Podium an 8.5 out of 10 rating. Then we slow things down a little bit with Crush on You, which got a rather simple yet tasty instrumental, and is generally a bit more chill and fun. In comparison to many of the other songs, Crush on You doesn't go as crazy or experimental, yet still feels fresh and really enjoyable, and makes for another 8 out of 10 rating. And here we are, this is the one. Adore You by NMIXX is one of my favorite songs of 2025 and one of my favorite K-pop B-sides ever. This song, wow. I'm a sucker for rock, for ballads, for emotional songs, and this is a short yet explosive and captivating emotional rock ballad, and that chorus sends goosebumps across my entire body every single time. That chorus is the kind of chorus where I close my eyes and just... Lily and Solion in this track, oh my god, bro. The way they sing that second part of the chorus, chills. That bridge into the final chorus genuinely has me levitating. The way Lily accompanies Hammond in the background and then sings the second portion of the chorus to wrap things up, it's genuinely perfect. Like, this is a rather short song that manages to evoke so many emotions and feelings within me in such a short amount of time. Not a single second feels wasted, there's not a single thing I'm missing. This is the definition of a 10 out of 10 song. And the fact that it's a B-side is actually unbelievable. Actually not really, given this is the third 10 out of 10 NMIXX B-side, which actually made up my top 3 NMIXX songs. Adore You is genuinely special, and that track video they uploaded for it, butterflies. How can you not love them? And we're not done yet. Next up is Shape of Love, which is a super fun and bouncy little dance song. The sound feels very nostalgic, and especially the chorus with the catchy "Oh, we hurt and we cry, sometimes we smile." That really burned into my brain, and then a post-chorus into the bridge. it's just so NMIXX. Another song that feels so them, another really amazing piece on this album, for me an 8.5 out of 10. And there we have it. To wrap up the whole thing, we are actually splitting O.O into 2 songs, something we should have done from day one. In case you don't know or remember, I was very critical of their debut. I really didn't like either O.O or Tank, but immediately saw the insane potential they had, which I'm thankful was capitalized on as time went by. Either way, the Baila part of O.O was always my least favorite, and while I still don't love it, this version is definitely better, and something I didn't even skip. Like, if I don't find myself enjoying a song after listening to the album several times, I had it in the album and won't listen to it. But it works for me in this version, to just keep it playing throughout. I still don't love it by any means, but it definitely grew on me. It does have some fun portions in there, which overall earns it a 7 out of 10 rating. I think I would have rated the original a 3 or 4 out of 10 by the way, simply because the switch up there felt so distracting. It was literally just combining 2 different songs, and they did the whole mix thing much better with Dash. But yeah, let's get to that second song, which is Superhero, and even back then I was already like,
is this the same song? But I actually like this way more.
Damn, I was loud back then. But yeah, I waited for a full song version of that Superhero part from O.O. I got it, and I love it. It's such a fun, upbeat track, the energy, flow, and delivery are so damn exciting, and something about the production just hits even more in this one. The chorus just scratches my brain in some way, it's hard to explain honestly, something about it just... It's definitely my second favorite B-side on the album, which earns it a rating of 9.25 out of 10. And that's the entire Blue Valentine album. To me, the absolute definition of what a K-pop album should look and sound like. 10 plus songs, the group's signature sound, yet trying out new things, a lot of variety, both in instrumental direction and just a general vocal delivery, and especially one thing, excitement. NMIXX as a group is just so exciting to watch and listen to. To me, there is nothing worse than a generic K-pop song and group. I would rather see groups be different, be experimental and try out new things, than release the same generic pop songs over and over. I'd much rather see and experience songs like Sticker by NCT 127, Zimzalaboom by Red Velvet, or Reality Hurts by NMIXX than hear the same boring, done-to-death sound and style. NMIXX is anything but that. NMIXX, no matter what genre, style, or sound they explore, feel like their own genre, style, and sound, which is a result of their unbelievable vocals, their memorable and distinguishable voices and tones, their ad-libs, their delivery, and just the members overall. NMIXX can basically do anything, but not everyone could do NMIXX. I could think of like a handful of groups that could release the songs on this album and who do it sound good and enjoyable. Like, these aren't just some basic drafts that you can hand out to any artist. Blue Valentine's tracklist is so NMIXX to the point where only they can truly reach and deliver the song's full potential. And like I said, while not every song on this album is perfect to me, 5 out of 12 range from 9 to 10, and the remaining 7 are all somewhere between 7 and 8.5. There is not a single skip across this entire 12-track album for me, which is insane. As you can see here, I listened to the entire album from start to finish over 100 times. The only reason the overall streams are a little bit disconnected is because I sometimes start listening to the album and then stop midway through to do other things, hence songs late in the tracklist have a few less streams. Either way, the point is, this is one of the most satisfying start to finish K-pop album experiences ever. Being able to excite, be creative, and captivate for over 30 minutes is not something every group and artist can do. So many times I find myself only listening to a couple of songs from an album, maybe just 1 or 2, and here it's the whole thing. Open Spotify, start the album, and boom. Obviously, your own personal enjoyment of the group's voices and tones heavily dictate your overall enjoyment of the music. Which is why I mentioned that I can't see many groups deliver these songs like NMIXX do, and why other groups can captivate me for 30 minutes. I personally can't get enough of NMIXX, and this album pushed them into my all-time top 10 most streamed and listened to artists. And I'm sure that the top 3 is only a matter of time. What I'm trying to say is, this album is everything. It's all you could ask for from a full album. other than the piano ballad. JYP, just give me the goddamn NMIXX piano ballad already. As I was saying, Blue Valentine is not just one of the best albums of 2025, but one of the best albums in K-pop history. And with that, the first rated album review on this channel kicks off with a golden 10 out of 10 rating for NMIXX's Blue Valentine, which by the way made them my currently second favorite group behind Dreamcatcher. And with that, this shall be it with the first rated album review. What do you think about the format? What do you think about NMIXX's Blue Valentine? Drop all your thoughts and own ratings down in the comments. Also leave a like and subscribe or become a channel member to support me at the channel. It would help me a lot. These kind of reviews obviously take more time to make. I will definitely start to go through 2026 albums step by step now, while obviously reacting to other new releases like IVE and Blackpink later this month. Till then, it's Niclas, enjoy yourself some K-pop, and I can't wait to see you back soon on my channel.